People think life peaks in your 20s. College parties, young love, a perfect body, a bright future. And then after 30? Apparently, everything just slowly fades away. At least that's what everyone told me. But here's the thing no one warns you about. When I turned 40, something unexpected happened. I stopped chasing the world, and suddenly, the world started chasing me. Before we dive into this story, take a second and hit the like button, because if you've ever felt like society placed an expiration date on your dreams, this story might completely change the way you see your life. And if you enjoy powerful real-life transformation stories like this, subscribe to the channel. Now let me tell you what really happened when I turned 40. Growing up, I heard the same message over and over again. Your 20s are the best years of your life. That's when everything happens. That's when life is exciting. That's when you look your best, feel your strongest, and chase your biggest dreams. Everyone around me believed it. Teachers said it. Friends repeated it. Even movies and TV shows pushed the same idea. Life peaks early. So I followed the script like everyone else. In my 20s, I tried to do everything right. I went to college, I worked late nights, I chased relationships that didn't last. And like most people my age, I believed success had a deadline. If you didn't make it early, you probably never would. At 25, I thought I was already behind. At 30, I felt like my time was running out. By 35, I quietly started believing the worst. Maybe this was it. Maybe life had already given me the best it had to offer. And the truth? That belief began to slowly change the way I saw myself. I stopped taking risks. I stopped trying new things. I started playing life safe. Because deep down, I thought the real game was already over. But something strange happened when I turned 40. Nothing magical, no sudden fortune, no dramatic event. Just a quiet realization. For the first time in my life, I stopped trying to impress people, and that changed everything. In my 20s, I was constantly chasing approval. I worried about what people thought of my job, my income, my appearance, my relationships. Every decision felt like it needed validation. But at 40, that pressure disappeared. Not because life became perfect, but because something inside me shifted. I realized something powerful. Most people are too busy worrying about their own lives to judge yours. And even if they do judge you, their opinions don't build your future. You do. That realization felt like someone unlocked a door in my mind. Suddenly, I had freedom, real freedom. I started focusing on things that actually mattered. My health, my work, my personal growth. Instead of trying to look successful, I started trying to become valuable. And something unexpected started happening. People noticed the difference, not because I tried to get attention, but because I stopped trying. At 20, you chase attention. At 40, attention starts chasing you. There's a calm confidence that comes with experience. You don't rush conversations. You listen more. You react less. You choose your words carefully. And strangely enough, that quiet presence draws people's attention. I noticed it in meetings at work. While younger employees argued loudly, trying to prove themselves, I stayed calm. When I spoke with clarity, not to impress, just to contribute. And something strange started happening. People started listening more. My opinions carried weight. My silence carried even more. Then came the biggest shift of all, purpose. In my 20s, I had dreams. But dreams alone don't build anything. Dreams need direction, and direction usually comes from experience. By 40, I had made enough mistakes to understand something important. Failure isn't the end of your story. It's the training ground for wisdom. Every mistake I made in my 20s suddenly became valuable. Every bad decision turned into a lesson. Every disappointment sharpened my judgment. Instead of feeling old, I felt prepared. Prepared for challenges, prepared for opportunities, prepared for leadership. And that mindset completely changed the energy I carried. People often think attraction comes from youth, but real attraction comes from stability, from emotional control, from clarity, from purpose. And that's something most people don't develop until later in life. I started noticing how differently people responded to me. Women didn't see a desperate guy trying to impress them anymore. They saw someone calm, someone grounded, someone comfortable in his own life. And that energy creates something powerful. Security. Not financial security, emotional security. Psychologists often talk about something called quiet confidence. It's the opposite of arrogance. It doesn't demand attention, it doesn't shout. It simply exists, and people naturally gravitate towards it. I saw it everywhere, in friendships, in professional relationships, even in random social interactions. The less I chased validation, I received more respect. That's when I realized something most people misunderstand. Age doesn't reduce your value, lack of purpose does. A man without direction feels lost at any age, but a man with vision becomes powerful at any stage of life. So I started building habits that reinforced that mindset. The first was emotional control. When you're younger, emotions control your reactions. Anger, jealousy, frustration, you react quickly, sometimes impulsively. But by 40, you start seeing the bigger picture. Not every argument needs a response. Not every insult deserves attention. Sometimes the strongest move is silence, and silence has power. The second habit was choosing my circle carefully. In my 20s, I tried to be liked by everyone. At 40, I realized something important. Quality relationships matter more than quantity. A small circle of genuine people brings more peace than a large crowd of shallow connections. Life becomes quieter, but deeper. And the third habit was purpose. By 40, the focus shifts. It's no longer about showing off success. It's about building something meaningful, something that lasts longer than temporary attention. Legacy. Whether that's a business, a family, or simply becoming someone others respect and trust. Because the real game of life isn't about impressing strangers. It's about becoming someone your future self is proud of. And that journey truly begins the moment you stop living for validation and start living for vision. That's the biggest secret nobody tells you about turning 40. It's not the end of your story, it's the beginning of your real one. Because now you understand yourself. Now you know what matters. Now you control your emotions instead of letting them control you. And that transformation creates something powerful. Presence. A presence that fills a room without trying. A presence that commands respect without demanding it. A presence that attracts opportunities, people, and success naturally. Not because you chased them, but because you became someone worth finding. So if you're approaching 40 or already there, remember this. Your time isn't over. Your time is just beginning. The real power of a man isn't his age, it's his mindset. And when that mindset becomes clear, life changes. If this story resonated with you, take a moment and like the video. And in the comments, write this simple sentence: I am on my path. Because sometimes a single decision to change your mindset can completely transform your life. And if you enjoy powerful real-life transformation stories like this one, subscribe to the channel. Because here, we don't just talk about success, we talk about becoming the person capable of achieving it. And remember, the real game might just be waiting for you to start it.